Welcome to Jupiter Medical Center.
Welcome to ACR to Jupiter Medical Center. My name is Evie Turan, Director of Imaging Services.
I am Kathleen Moore, the Imaging Operations Manager.
And I'm Dr. Hall, Chief of Radiology.
John Hornick, lead CT technologist here at Jupiter Medical Center. We currently have 2 CTs on site. We also have 2 CTs off-site at outpatient imaging center. I work with the physicist and the head radiologist to ensure that our protocols have the highest quality imaging with the lowest possible dose.
Can you tell me about the types of exams you do here in the CAT scan department?
Yes, here at Jupiter Medical Center, we do every exam from routine abdomens and heads all the way up to specialized exams like coronary CTAs and preoperative TAVR protocols.
Good morning. My name is Jessica Denman. I'm the lead MRI technologist and the magnetic resonance safety officer for Jupiter Medical Center. As you can see, we have each of our entryways labeled, the different zones. We are badge access, and if you do not have a badge, you may buzz in here at the doorbell. As we come on into MRI, we're going to go into zone 2. This is where we screen all of our patients or team members or any person that needs to come into this area. So we have different screening forms. We have a specific team member screening form, and we also have patient screening form that we give out when the patient's in. MRI speaks at orientation twice a month and informs all team members of what to expect if they are to come into the MRI environment. At that orientation, we hand out the safety information along with the team member specific questionnaire. We do hold on to these on file, and every year we renew them. If a team member or a person comes into MRI and they've already filled out one of these forms, we do recheck the form each time someone comes to MRI and enters zone 3. We also give them one of these tags to let everybody know that they have been screened or if they are considered level 2. Annually, we update our forms to reflect the changing of different items that patients might have, not only in them, but on them. So recently we received word that magnetic lashes are becoming more of the thing in fashion. So that's a problem in MRI, as the magnetic lashes could cause a patient harm or the machine harm. If you follow me, we're going to come around to where we take our patients while we're screening them. We dress every patient and change every patient into a patient gown. They remove all clothing. Every bit of clothing down to the underwear, everything comes off, and they put on a patient gown. We also give them some socks for their comfort and a warm blanket if needed. They then lock everything up into the locker. They take a quick twirl right in front of the ferromagnetic detector to make sure we didn't miss any kind of metallic item. And then we enter into zone 3. In MRI, we have each door for each machine, our 1.5 Tesla and our 3 Tesla, both have signs stating that the magnet is always on. Danger, do not enter. We do not let anyone be alone here in zone 3. Everyone is screened in zone 2, and then we arrive in zone 3 once everybody's been cleared. We also have a non-ferrous fire extinguisher in case there is a fire. In MRI, we deal with both adult patients and pediatric patients. We do scans under anesthesia, so we often have the anesthesia department in here. If we ever have a code in MRI, we have a crash cart, peds crash cart, and adult crash cart. All codes are happening in zone 2. If a patient is coding in zone 4, we immediately remove the patient from the room by undocking the table, coming straight out to zone 2 while the other technologist is calling the code overhead. All codes happen here. This is where we have our supplies, and this is where the code team would come.
Can you tell me about some quality and patient safety initiatives in MRI?
In MRI, we went from stapled paperwork to, since staples can cause a problem in zone 3, to plastic paper clips to hold our papers together. We then started changing all of our patients down to no clothing, no street clothing at all, only hospital gowns. We also went to screening all team members at orientation and to present at orientation MRI and safety. We also started handing out the tags to note so that the techs could notice who's been screened and who's able to be in zone 3 or zone 4. We also monitor and report all ferromagnetic incidents or thermal burns. At Jupiter Medical Center, something that we're most proud of here in MRI is the addition of our 3T GE Signa Architect scanner. It's incredible the images that we get, and we're just so proud to have it to serve our community.
Hi everybody, I'm Jason Smith, lead nuclear medicine technologist here at Jupiter Medical Center, and I have Kay Hamilton. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
You just did. I'm Kay Hamilton, working with Jason Smith here at Jupiter Medical Center.
Today we're just going to talk about a couple things, namely the hot lab and our spill or emergency spill process. So our hot lab is right over there. Okay, this is our hot lab. It's key entry only, so technologists are the only ones that have access. When our shipments are delivered, they come here into the nuclear medicine department. The technologist escorts and allows entry into the hot lab through this keypad. The keypad code is changed randomly or when we have a change of team members or a termination of team members, just to kind of maintain the security. For our deliveries, we have a designated team member or security personnel that escorts our delivery from Cardinal or Radio Pharmacy into the department and allows them access to the hot lab, and then ensures that the hot lab is secure and locked before leaving the department, and then escorting Cardinal or the Radio Pharmacy personnel back out of the hospital.
Who checks that radiopharmaceutical in? And when does that happen?
If it's after hours, if a technologist comes in for a call, they'll check it in then, or at the earliest next business day. This is our hot lab. Once the isotopes are dropped off, they are assayed for safety, make sure they're meet all the requirements. Our signage also is posted here on the door. All of the appendices are here. This is our spill emergency procedure appendix K. We've never had a spill at this facility, thankfully. But if we did, these are our emergency procedures for minor and major spills. Minor spills are cleaned up and contained by the technologist. We kind of stop, make sure no one moves until we clean up everything and make sure it's contained. Then the technologist kind of assay the area, survey the area, I should say, and continue any additional cleanup that's necessary. If it's anything that's a little bit more major, we try to contain the spill and notify the RSO, our radiation safety officer, and then they come in and do a additional containment and survey of the area to make sure that we're below background.
Tell me about some patient safety initiatives you've done in the nuke med department.
Sure, there's been our most recent upgrade to our patient dosing system is through NukeTrack with Cardinal Health. It allows us to be more patient-specific with unit doses. We're able to assign those isotopes specifically to patients. With the check-in and barcode process, it specifically associates those doses with those patients and makes it almost impossible to do any type of misadministration because those doses are assigned to those particular patients. We've also, it reduces the number or the amount of redundancy that we would have to do to re-enter these doses of this information over multiple platforms. So they kind of communicate with each other, which makes it much more streamlined and efficient.
Can you tell me about some of the exams we do in nuclear medicine here at Jupiter Medical?
So some of the exams we do here include bone scans, HIDAs, GI bleeds. We also do therapies, which involve I-131. We do them on an outpatient basis now, so we don't have to keep the patients in the hospital unnecessarily. We also do I-123 uptakes and scans. We also getting into the CSPRs therapy. We're already doing the Y90. So I would say we do everything here in this department that has to do with nuclear medicine.
We also do some, we just started a new PET scan called copper 64 dotatate, DetectNet, which is very specific for neuroendocrine tumors. We also have a state-of-the-art new PET scanner that is completely digital, one of the few scanners on the southeast coast, which we're very proud of.
Hi, my name is Michelle Cancel. I am a part of the Jupiter Medical Center team here. I'm a part of their ultrasound department, and today I'm going to show you how to use a high disinfectant level trophon cleaning method that we use here. So as you can see here, I have a dirty trophon probe, and it's in a clear bin with a red liner. Our red liners mean that the probe is dirty. There is also a biohazard bag around the dirty probe. Here we have our trophon machine, and what I usually do first is I'll clean my hands before I start touching the probe. I will then get on a clean pair of gloves to open up my bin. Open up the bin, and I'm going to also open up the trophon machine. I have an indicator that I'm going to be placing inside. I will be taking out the dirty probe with the biohazard bag, the probe, with our high-level disinfectant stain cloth. I will wait 2 minutes. Then I'll be using a lint-free wipe that we have right underneath, and I will be cleaning it as well. Then I will place the probe on the machine and then also do a quick clean with the cord with the staining cloth as well. I will let this disinfect itself for about 7 minutes. Once the 7 minutes is up, I will take the probe out. I will clean it with a lint-free wipe again, and then place it in a clear bag, indicating that the probe is clean. In the trophon machine, we also have a printer. It prints out 2 labels. The first label is going to be going onto your bag, indicating that it was clean at pass, which is what you want to see. And then the second label is going to be placed in our clipboard. Our clipboard is here, and it has every room, every probe that we use, so everyone knows what we're doing. We have a list here. I'll take the second sticker, put it on here. I'll put my initials, the probe we're using, and the patient's medical record number in case of any infection that we see. So I am going to show you our chemical indicator that we use for our trophon machine. It is a red little tab that we place into the machine itself. Once it's disinfected for 7 minutes and it's done, it should come out to this orange color. If it's red, that means that it did not pass. If it is this orange color, it did pass, so we're good. So we can proceed on to the next step of getting the bin taken to the room, showing that it's clean.
What would you do if it didn't pass?
If it didn't pass, we would rerun it one more time, and then if it didn't pass again, we call biomed, or change out and get a different box of chemical indicators. Sanding cloth again. Wipe the inside of my bin. Wait that full 2 minutes before I put on my clean green liner, indicating that this bin is clean. I will then take my gloves off, disinfect my hand back into our room, indicating that this probe is indeed clean. And that is our disinfectant process here at Jupiter Medical Center.